How's it going everyone, and welcome back to another video. In this video I'm going to be doing a review on the THINKTOOL 399 by THINKCAR. This is brand new to the market, first of its kind AI automotive diagnostic scan tool. I'm going to be taking you through some of the features that's included in this kit and giving you some real world examples of me using it in the workshop. So without further ado, let's get into this video. Having used THINKCAR's products for a very long time as my main go-to in the workshop, so all my daily tasks, THINKCAR is my main ones that I grab, I was very excited to hear about their new release with the AI integrated into a scan tool. And when Logiccar reached out to me and asked me would I be interested in doing this video, I was extremely excited to get my hands in it. So I want to thank Logiccar for sponsoring this video. Logiccar is the main exclusive supplier of THINKCAR in Australia, and if you have any questions or queries related to the content I'm showing, be sure to reach out to them and I'll have all their information in the description. Okay, so the layout of this video will be as follows. I'm just going to talk briefly about the new features that's included in this model at the start of it. I'm then going to talk a little bit about the AI, for those of you not familiar with AI, artificial intelligence, what that actually kind of looks like and how it can be integrated into a scan tool. I'm then going to go on to the unboxing side, share with you some of the hardware and specs that you get inclusive of this kit. Then I'm going to be going on to some of the real world examples where I'm testing out the scan tool and using it in the workshop. So that's going to be how we're going to run through this process, and I'm going to start off by talking about the actual new features. New features, we have dual diagnostics. So that means if you have a workshop that has a host of different techs in it, what's very familiar or common in workshops is that we share diagnostic tools. These are extremely expensive, powerful tools that we need, and we're not going to be getting multiple ones of them for everyone in the workshop. You'll find that some techs buy their own, but in a lot of cases, we have to share equipment in the workshop with one another. If one tech is using it for a very long time, it can hurt the flow of the workshop quite badly. So having dual diagnostics is a new feature, one that I haven't seen in any other scan tool as well, and something that could be extremely beneficial for high traffic workshops. Where that would benefit you is you would buy a second VCI. So this is the VCI that comes with the scan tool, but you could buy a second one of those and you will be able to use a split screen system to communicate with two different vehicles. And just a simple example of that is if you had someone doing in-depth diagnosing on one vehicle, let's say you have to run the vehicle up to operating temperature and he's monitoring live data, he can't disconnect from that. Maybe he's doing a screen record capturing it, and someone wants to do something simple like an adaptation, a relearn, or a service reset, and they need to use the scan tool. That is where the additional dual diagnostic VCI can come in and can help you with efficient flow in your workshop. So that's an exciting new feature and one that hasn't been seen in a scan tool before. The next exciting new feature is the integration of AI in this 399. It is a fantastic bit of technology that's been rolled out in a scan tool. Where that may lead in the weeks and months that precede this video are unknown. It is so fast and so quick moving is artificial intelligence that it could be limitless how we see our workflow develop over time. For example, if you're not familiar with artificial intelligence, I can guarantee you're using it in one way, shape or another. That could be social media, that could be through your work applications. AI is heavily integrated into the way we operate in our daily lives now. And having it in a scan tool has the possibilities to be from fault to fix quicker, efficiency in flow, efficiency in how you would maybe voice command in and out of things. It has a lot of possibilities. If you aren't familiar with AI, maybe you've heard of the likes of companies that are leading the way. ChatGPT is one of those. Another big company is Palantir. They have software like Foundry and AIP, which imply large language models, and they're working directly with Ferrari and HD Hyundai, so they're already in the automotive space. These are being used for development on different processes And those large language models use deep learning trained on large amount of text data. They interpret the human language. So an input is, as we're inputting information using our voice command or text writing in, they're interpreting that, and then they can recognize and generate text, and that can assist developers to produce new applications or integrate it into applications going forward. So it's very exciting to have AI in a scan tool for the first time. I think it's going to become a very normal thing going forward. This is the first of its kind, but I guarantee you it's not going to be the last. This will be integrated more and more, and you're going to be using this in the workshop as you move forward for sure. The other new addition to the kit is the VCI. Nice grip handle on it. It's got a good screen which shows you information. Same on the tool itself. You can get information related to the VCI directly on the scan tool now. And we are starting to see a bit of a pattern emerge on how this can help workshops in the future. A vehicle communication interface such as that, and having the remote diagnose and access that's now integrated into these tools, I am starting to give an idea of where the future workshops may lay. We're integrating AI. The remote access that was integrated into scan tools a while back, I felt was a major game changer for being able to do things in-house, not outsourcing, not subcontracting work, but actually trying to get it done in your workshop, especially for those that want to cover a wide band. Maybe you work a bit more remote. Maybe you're not have that access to OE level equipment and scan tools that you would need to program these devices in. Having remote access so you can reach experts in different hubs and draw on their knowledge and equipment that they have available and use that in your workshop is an absolutely fantastic bit of kit. Let's say you were using a programming from another workshop that were helping you out and they were doing that remote access. You would have a battery maintainer on it for the length of it. You would be connected up directly through an Ethernet cable, so you would have solid connectivity all of the time. You can't have any dropouts when you would be doing any programming. But it may not be just programming. It could be that they remotely take over your scan tool and actually interpret some of the data that they're seeing. Maybe you have another workshop, or you have a few different workshops that you're using, and you're able to see text in different scenarios and help them out yourself. The abilities of these remote and AI integrated scan tools now are phenomenal. What it might look like repairing in the coming years is unknown, but it's very exciting, and it certainly has the ability to do more work in our garages than we have done in the past. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is the new user interface that we have here, and give you some of the hardware and the specs that come as part of this model, the 399. So first of all, a bit of the specs on it. You have a 14-inch screen, which is a great size, especially when you're doing split screen or dual diagnostics. You have the ability to tab in and out here with ample amount of space on the other side to continue the tasks that you need to do. You have a 20 megapixel camera at the back. You have an 8 megapixel camera front facing. You have 256 gig of storage, which is a good amount of storage. You do need that with the amount of files, updates, pre-scans and reports that you will be saving. So that's a good size storage in this. Battery, you've got 22,400 milliamp hour battery, which is excellent. Never had any issues with low charge throughout the whole testing process, and it does come with the included dock in this, so you're always actually going to have this one pretty much on charge in between any jobs that you would be doing. It does come with a new VCI as well, which I will show in the later parts of this video. And the user interface, I want to take you through this user interface. It's powered by the TCOS, which is the THINKCAR operating system, which again is new, powered by Android 13. And if you are familiar with THINKCAR, you would know that this layout is different. and they have done a new revamp version to make it simplified and streamlined no matter what task you would be operating with. And I do find it very easy to adjust to it, and I do like the layout of it. So for example, you have 7 items at the top here. You have diagnosis, maintenance, AI, which is a new feature, one of a kind, first of its kind in a scan tool, repair info, upgrade, other, and settings. Then you have this drop down tab here. You have a bit of information on each one of those, and then this drop down tabs that come from there. So for example, you're in the diagnosis section, intelligent diagnosis, you get this bit of information. You go across to the diagnosis, you can go in recent, all, or more. You go to the remote diagnosis, and this is an excellent feature that comes with these tools. I spoke about it in a previous video, but having the ability to do remote diagnostics, for example, when you click in here, you can create an order, and that could be for online programming. It could be you're having a problem with battery registration, tire pressure, literally whatever. You can flag it. You have your code that's down the bottom as part of the kit, and you can send off and try and get information. Now, depending on your region, this may or may not be available. It is rolling out in Australia as we speak. I have got information from THINKCAR that it's already available to some, so I would reach out directly to Logicar if you want more information on this. But this is the way of the future moving forward, having tools that can cover a wide band of stuff and pick up, let's say, some of the weaknesses of your workshop to be able to do them. I am following more and more people and speak to more and more people in the industry that are utilizing remote capabilities, whether it's programming different modules, and they can tap into the OE software that they have on their side to do it, or something like ADAS, where you can actually do remote calibrations for that as well. I have seen other colleagues of mine utilize that. So you have excellent capabilities and benefit having all of this in one. The remote diagnosis, honestly, that could be unlimited capabilities going forward as more and more gets added on to that. We have the next one, which is TPMS. It doesn't come with integrated TPMS like the X2. It's an add-on in it, but obviously a tool like this, it's quite a cheap add-on. It's not bad at all. And if you do tires in your workshop, you'll certainly want to be having the capabilities to do that. Battery pack diagnostics. So the integrated software that's in this, so you get 2 years free updates, and that includes EV and commercial heavy duty. And I will touch into those in a moment. You also have ADAS, which is integrated into it. You get the added board if you wanted to do that, and you can start to work on advanced driver assisted systems. They are in pretty much every vehicle that's rolling out now. It's one of those safety features that's getting rolled out more and more and more. And if you are in crash repair, collision, or if you are a workshop that wants to be capable to do more and more, especially windscreen damage or anything like that, you will need the ability to relearn into the system using that ADAS. You want to recalibrate in. The feedback section on this tab, highly recommend everybody use this. The more feedback that the company gets, the more they can adjust and fix items. There are a host of upgrades that gets rolled out all of the time, and that is through feedback as well. So if they find that you have issues or there's errors getting logged or you're having anything, I say it with everyone that uses them, use the feedback so they can actually know about it. Think file, excellent. So you're going to have all this report layout here, and you're going to be utilizing this. We're in the day and age of digital vehicle inspections in one way or another, and having a scan tool that can do it all is very important. So if you were doing, let's say, a diagnostic scan, a pre-scan, maybe you weren't going to be doing the fix on it, you have some stored ones here. Let me go into my file list. I'll tap into one of the recent ones. I'll go into diagnostic report and we can see the pre-scan here. So it gives you a breakdown, shows you what the faults were that was there. This is the AI feature, which is Ask Cleve, which gives you information on those. I will be going into the AI a bit later on this video in some of the real world testing that I was doing. And it shows you what's current, what's past, what's failed, and what's historic. So where that becomes exceptional is when you want to give as much information as possible to the customer or store it for yourself. We now have a capture of the file before we did any work. We have the date, we have the time, we know when it was done, we have the mileage. You can put in the shop name, you can put in the telephone, you can put in the technician, you can put in all that information. So it makes it a great library that you can tap into at any moment. The other thing is, if you do a repair and there's still faults logged, you can show the customer, yeah, I did this repair, but you still have other issues that you need rectifying. And with the ability of up here, you have the screen saver, or should I say the screen recorder. You can screen record all your live data captures. You have picture options up here, so you can input pictures into it, you can input videos into it, you can have a massive report and you can send it directly to the customer, which gives a very, very professional overall layout that as we go into the digital vehicle inspections that you're doing, that is the type of thing you want integrated into your tool. We go on to the programming. Having the ability to programming, including remote programming, is fantastic. The VCI in this is extremely fast. It has all the protocols that you would want to do all of the programming that you would possibly need. And again, having that as a feature is fantastic. You have the programming cables, you have all that as part of the kit. And then we have the CAN bus pin detection. If you're doing any diagnostics with CAN bus, knowing where the pins are at the OBD and having readings directly from there is a nice bit of information as well. That's it for this video. That's an in-depth look at the ThinkTOOL 399 by THINKCAR, a fantastic bit of kit and exciting times ahead with AI integrated into diagnostic scan tools like this. Where that might lead with future upgrades in the coming months and years, we will have to see, but it's certainly an interesting time to be in the automotive sector. If you have any questions or queries, make sure you reach out to Logicare. I'll have all of their information in the description. They are the official supplier of THINKCAR in Australia. So whether it's related to this product or any of the other THINKCAR ranges, they'll be able to help you out with any of those questions. I hope you found this information useful and informative. If you did, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I hope to see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.